Hello my friends, thank you for joining me today. I hope you all are doing well and having an awesome Friday. It is Friday. Okay, I'm gonna be done with the puns for now. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about bronzers. I was doing my makeup the other day and I was kind of digging through some bronzers and I thought, you know, it's not summer anymore, yet my face looks a little summery. I still have a little bit of tan left over from the summer. I want to bronze up my face, but I don't want it to be shimmery, but I don't want it to be too warm, but I don't want it to be cool, and I don't want to contour. So how do I want to approach this? And I was thinking through that. I'm like, okay, wintertime bronzer. Let's talk about wintertime bronzer. So today is all about the bronzers. Wearing it in the winter and fall times. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. By the way, if you're new here, hi and welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Em, and you're watching Makeupry. If this is your first time here and you feel like coming back and hanging out again in the future, please be sure to click that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, leave a nice comment, answer the secret question in the description box. Maybe you win a prize, maybe you just get a special emoji. I don't know, haven't decided yet. But anyway, I would really appreciate that. So before we dive in, I'll quickly preface with what I've used on my face already. I've already done my eye makeup, I've already done my base, which is concealer. I'm not wearing foundation today or a tinted moisturizer. I primed my face really well, though I wanted to juice up the skin. Gosh, I sound like Tati. I've been watching a lot of Tati lately, and she says juice up the skin, and that just came out. So anyway, the primers I'm using are a glowing primer and an under eye primer. And then I have two concealers on under the eyes. One is a color corrector and the other one's a brightener. Mixed together, it makes a really nice, subtle, but yet pigmented, full coverage concealer for me, which I need for my dark circles. But it doesn't cover up all my freckles because that's a pain in the butt when you have freckles and blemishes, trying to disguise the blemish without it looking like you have a white dot in your face. Anyway, freckled girl problems. Is that a hashtag? It should be. On the eyes, I have this most amazingly beautiful eyeshadow. It's a multi-chrome from Sydney Grace. It is this beauty here. Yeah, and this one's called Pampered. It's lilac, like a bubblegum pink and some golds in there, I think. You tell me what colors you see when you're looking. Okay, let's get into bronzer now. I want to warm up my face, but I don't want it to be too warm. I don't want to be shimmery. I don't want to look like I came back from vacation, although coming back from vacation is rad. It would be great. I have a couple of different options here that I can play with. I have a Fenty Beauty, what do they call these? Matchsticks. Amber is probably the most popular one for light skin gals like myself, but this one is walnut. It is warmer, and it has kind of an orangey tone, which I don't know is going to work for me today. No, that's definitely too warm for me. Amber would be too cool for me because I don't want to do the contour look necessarily. Oh dear, that did not blend out, did it? And it didn't rub off. So now I have like a little orange splotch on my face. Wonderful. Okay, my backup bronzer for today is from Kaleidos. This is their Charisma Contour Palette. Okay, yes, it's contour. Itchy, 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 itchy. Oh, I had glitter in my hair. That's what that was. Okay. The reason why this is a contour palette is, because it's got three colors. It's got a highlight, it's got kind of a neutral cool tone, and then it's got a warmer shade. The warmer shade is bigger because people tend to bronze more than they contour, and this is usually more universal in terms of yellow toned skins and warm skins. If you really want a good contour, you usually go with smaller strokes using a cool tone color like this, which creates the illusion of shadowing on your face. Shadows are not warm, they tend to be cooler tones, so that's why this one's smaller, is because I'm assuming you would use a smaller brush for that. What I like about this bronzer warmer tone here is you see, while that it is warm, it's not orange, it's not yellow. It is kind of a mid-tone, in between warm. Compared to that orangey tone of amber, this one's a little bit richer, a little bit more muted, a little bit more neutral. So I'm going to use that. One of the things I do in the summer months when I'm bronzing is I kind of just like go a little ham. In the winter months, I don't go as ham. I use it as kind of a contour to an extent, but I try to keep it a little bit more subtle. I have some product on a fluffy blush brush, and I'm going to take this and kind of flip it on its side. So you see the color is only on the one side here. I'm going to flip it down like this, and I'm going to just tap it around the hollow of the cheek, which is right here for me, and just kind of shimmy it up towards the ear and kind of go in a swooping kind of motion like this. It's a subtle difference. Can you tell? You can see it just a little bit there. Whereas on this side you still see shadowing here, but you don't see the warmth there. So let's do that side. And now I'm going to start bringing it down just a hair towards the cheeks, just to soften that edge up. And now I'm going to tap back in, and I'm going to start kind of like brushing it down around the sides of my face like this. Kind of marries everything together so it doesn't look like you have just a weird, bronze laying on your face. But I'm going to push it up into the hair so that it's blended. And my scalp is pretty light, so I don't need my scalp to give away the fact that I'm wearing, bronzed makeup. There. And then, if you feel so inclined, a little on the chin, and then blend it down. And out to the jaw. And pull your jaw out. Okay, I've obviously done like the contour look, but I don't put it on my nose, and I just leave it subtle here, and I blend it into the ears because, hello, you need to. So now I have some warmth to my face, and I don't look shimmery. However, if I want some shimmer, I can definitely take a highlighter and do that. My favorite shimmering bronzer is this one from Wet n Wild. This one is the color called Sunset Striptease. Super inexpensive. And the reason why I like it so much is because it's just a subtle, here, let's swatch it. You see, it has just a subtle sheen, a subtle highlight to it, a subtle shimmer. It's not like, oh my gosh, you just rolled into a bucket of glitter, kind of. But this one has more of a peach tone to it, which is why I like it, because you can double it up as a blush without having to wear blush. I wear blush because I like to. Speaking of, I'm going to now put on some blush. This one's a neutral shade. I want a neutral tone because I really want these eyes to pop. I don't want anything to clash with the cool tones of the lavenders and the pinks of the eye makeup. There is gold in there, so it warms it up so it's not so super cool toned, but I don't want anything to clash at all in the face. I want harmony, and to create harmony on the face, you use a neutral tone. I'm using a large brush for this because I want to make this easy. And there's easy. I did go a little ham on the blush. I did add a lot. We can fix that by using a denser brush that has some foundation or concealer on it. There's some subtle bronzer there that works for winter and fall without being over bright, over shimmering, over whatever. And it works with cool tones. As you can see, there's some cool tones on my eyes. This would even work with the Xenon palette. I've heard a lot of things about that palette. The Xenon by Natasha Denona. It's her newest cool tone palette. Apparently people are up in arms about it. I haven't really considered buying it because I'm trying not to buy new stuff right now. I think it looks pretty from just the pictures I've seen, but anyway, the point of my rambling on was you could wear a bronzer like this with that palette. Okay, I'm going to use a really subtle highlight here just on the tippy top of my cheekbone, and I'm using the brush I used for the bronzer to kind of tie it together just in case there's any bronzer left on my brush. It'll blend into that highlight and create kind of the subtle meshing of the tones, if that makes sense. You notice I tend to use the same brush to apply multiple products, and the reason I do that is because products mix together on the brush and then it creates a little bit more harmony on your face. The only time you don't want to do that is when you're mixing light and dark and you're trying to like keep things obviously separate. Okay, I've got a lot of eyeshadow fallout. So to recap on the bronzer, a matte tone. If you want to warm up the face, use something that's kind of medium to mid-tone neutral. You don't want it too warm, but you don't want it too cool. If you use a cool bronzer, then you're basically contouring. And also, if you're a deeper, darker skin tone, you don't want it to look ashy, but you also don't want it to be too shimmery or coppery, because then, again, that's a little too summery if you don't want that summer look. If you want it to be polished for fall and winter, you want something that's matte and has a little bit of warmth, but it's mostly neutral. Let's just finish the lips together because I feel like I need to get going, and I need to do my lips. Using a nice nude lip liner. Let's draw in where I have no pigment because I'm losing pigment in my lips. Okay, I'll apply a little bit of a lipstick over the top. Rub together. Blot. Add a little shimmer sparkle to the bottom and into the center. There's my finished makeup look today. You see how everything is kind of in harmony with warmth, cool, neutral. I've been doing a lot of these videos lately, and I will have another video where I do how to match your lipstick to the rest of your face makeup looks coming up soon. I am so excited to do one of those videos again because that was requested. But anyway, I feel like a lot of my videos recently have been focusing a lot more on how to get your makeup kind of in harmony and married together in harmony. Why am I talking about marriage? That's weird. Fix the hair. I took a shower, so I have absolutely nothing in my hair right now. These little pieces I just don't want to do what they're told. And then when I acquiesce to not parting my hair perfectly to let them lay where they want to, they just stick up anyway, like these ones. So it's like I can't win with these hairs. Anyway, I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. Obviously, what I've done works for me, and I think it will work for a lot of people, but obviously that's not always going to be the case. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. And I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me today. I hope you've had fun and learned some things, and yeah, let's just have fun with makeup, because that's just what it's about for me. Is just let's have fun. Let's create something fun on our faces and on our bodies. Anywho, thank you again, and I will see you in the next video. Stay electric. Mwah. Bye!